So today we're going to be doing properties of logs and natural logs. This first part here is just a review. The P is not supposed to be there. But this is just telling you the common log means that if the base is not there, it's an understood 10. And then the natural log, if the base is not there, it's an understood E. Right, y'all remember that? Yep. So you have to know it. All right, properties of logs. You're going to need to know these three properties of the logs, and it is the same for natural logs. The first one is the product property, which means that if I have log base B of m times n, two things that are being multiplied, I can split that log up to be log base B of m plus log base B of n. So you basically just split the m and the n up, and you're going to put a log in front of both of them. And you split it up with a plus sign. So multiplication and addition go together. For the quotient property, log base B of m divided by n. So when you're dividing, you can split it up with what kind of sign do you think? Subtraction. So multiplication goes with addition, division goes with subtraction, and then the last one is called the power property, which just means that if you have an exponent in your log, this is a B. So if you have an exponent in your log, you can take that exponent and stick it in front of the log and multiply it. So n times log base B of n. So the product and the quotient are pretty similar. If it's a multiplication, you split it up with an addition. If it's a division, you split it up with a subtraction. And then this power property just means that if you have an exponent, we're going to stick it in front of the log and we're going to multiply. All right, 1 through 4 is just telling you to identify the properties. So we're just trying to look for the type of property that's used. So here, this is a subtraction. Well, remember, subtraction and division go together. And so that is the quotient rule. Because 8 divided by 4 is 2. That's where they got the 2 from. So that's the quotient rule. Number 2, this is the addition. And you multiply 10 and 3. So what rule is that? Product. Numbers 3 and 4, they're using 2 rules. And so the first rule here is I'm going to multiply with an addition. That's the product. And then I take my exponent and I stick it in front. It's the power rule. So number 4, it's a division. I split it up with a subtraction sign, quotient. And then same thing, take my exponent, stick it in front, power. So that's kind of just identifying the rules. Probably the more important part is this B and C section, because that's when we're actually going to be using the properties. There is no back. All right, part B, we are expanding the logs. So we are taking the log and we are going to stretch it out. The first thing you ask yourself is anything being multiplied or divided? So I'm doing number 5.
No, not yet.
Kind of.
What?
10 and a are being multiplied, right? 10 times a squared. So I can split up this 10 and I can split up the a squared. And so since they are being multiplied here, and I'm going to split up and give them each a log, and so it'll be adding because it's the product property.
Would it be 2 log A?
Right, and so now we're going to use the power property, take any exponents I have, stick them in front of the log. So I have log base 10 plus 2, or sorry, log 10 plus 2 log A. And now it's all expanded.
What's the note?
All right, so on number 6, what's being multiplied? The R. So I have ln R5 plus ln S2 It's a plus because they're being multiplied. All right, and so then any exponents, shh, the 5 and the 2, girls in the back, shh. 5 ln r plus 2 ln s. That's it.
It looks like words. But they don't.
Okay, number 7. Do I have anything being added or subtracted? Or multiplied or divided?
Yes.
Divided. So I'm going to split up this log base 8 of x squared, log base 8 of y5. Make sure they both have the base 8. It has to go with both of them. And you are subtracting because it's a division sign.
You always bump the exponent. You put the exponent.
Yep. And then we will bump the exponents to the front.
This is it.
2 log base 8 of x minus 5 log base 8 of y. Okay, any questions, comments, concerns about that section? Yeah, you want the 8 to be little. I mean, like,
writing it quick and then that comes out the same.
yeah, I mean, if you look here, mine almost looks like the same, but it's as long as you know it's not. Like, it cannot be the same. Like, if you had a multiple choice and you had log big 8y and log little 8 and then big y, like, I need you to know that the 8's supposed to be small. But, I mean, I understand if you're a little messy. Like, my y should be a little bit bigger. And your final exam's multiple choice anyways, so you won't be writing things by hand. All right, part C, we're going backwards. And so now I take the expanded version and I want to squeeze it together. All right, so now we're just going the other way. All right. So number 11, the first thing you want to look for when you are condensing it is the exponents.
Yeah.
So what are my exponents here?
3 and 2.
Very good, 3 and 2. So ln 2 cubed plus ln 4 squared. Now, since these are regular numbers, I can actually work them out. What is 2 cubed? You'll have a calculator on your final, don't worry, but 8. And then 4 squared is?
16.
Very good. All right, but I'm not done yet because I still can condense these more, right? What am I going to do with the 8 and the 16?
Multiply.
When you're adding, what property is that? When you condense it. So if we're adding and we're going to condense it, yeah, you multiply. So 8 times 16, which is 128.
Woo! Big number. Did you memorize that or?
I mean, I did it in the last period, so.
That's a really dumb question to just ask.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 12. All right, so on number 12, what are my exponents? 3 and 5. So log base 5 of x cubed plus log base 5 of... All right, then I can still squeeze these together even more. What am I going to do to the x cubed and the y5 when I squeeze them together? Multiply. Right, when I squish this together and I write it as one log, I'm going to multiply x cubed and y5. And that's it.
Oh, I thought we were actually multiplying.
So you can't multiply them because they're one's an x, one's a y, so you can't like combine them or anything.
Yeah, you could. That's whack.
They're both wrong.
And you can't do anything on number 13 except remove the exponent, right?
No, you can.
Maybe too slow there.
All right, are we ready for number 13?
Dude, they're saying it's slow.
Look, he even
All right, shh. Focus back up here. This will be my last one. So what are my exponents on number 13?
2 and 3.
2 and 3. So 2 is going to go up, 3 is going to go up. Ooh, those are ugly arrows. So log x squared minus log y cubed. All right, now I'm going to condense this even more, write it as one log. So what am I going to do with my x squared and my y cubed? Divide. Which one's going on top? X squared.
Ooh, I was wrong.
Did she say she was wrong?
I was right
Oh.
once.
Any questions? Do you want me to do any more? I don't know.